Good afternoon, everyone. People in Wareham, good to be back here. Happy New Year, happy 2021. I got a great topic time show for you tonight. I already did a few last year. Got some good feedback from it. I guess you guys in Wareham like the show. Got another great guest tonight. He's a rapper. We're going to find out about him. He's going to see a little video that he did. But before we do that, we got to read these great underwriters, and then we will commence with the show officially. So, we got Liberty Motors in Hanson, vehicles for everybody. We got countertop specialists in Pembroke. We got DNS Auto Works collision specialists in Abington. We got New England Floorscapes Incorporated in Middleborough. We got Kingston Auto Body in Kingston. We got Carver Jewelers Incorporated, Ronald R. and Lyle Delano Goldsmiths, 90s in Carver, actually on Route 58, I should say. We got Madigan Land Surveying in Middleborough. We got Abington Whitman News Corporate Office. There's the number. We got Smoke and Ashes Tobacco Stores in Whitman, South Weymouth, Hanson, Pembroke, and Abington. We got South Shore Trains and more in Pembroke. We got good old Dave's Automotive in Hanson on Route 58. We got Pembroke Radiator. We got Wicked Healthy Natural Foods in Kingston. We got Bryant's Auto and Tire Service in Middleborough. We got Richie's Auto Care in Hanover. We got Genuine's Inspection in Middleborough. We got the Gun Runner LLC, the Second Amendment store in Middleborough. And we got Tom Auto in Middleborough. I want to thank you guys very much. And now on that note, I will introduce this gentleman here. He's known as Big Willie, or William Solomon, as I found out today. He's a rapper. He's done a few things, and he's going to perform for us today. He was actually referred to me by one Kenny Robertson, a good friend of mine who lives in Abington and has his own little car buffing dealer over there. And so first of all, Will, I want to thank you for coming in on such short notice.
Thank you.
Okay, so what I do with every guest is I try to find out what they were like as kids and how they got to where they're at now. So you grew up in Brockton, as did I. So you just told me that a little while ago.
Yeah, so I grew up in Brockton for like half of my child life.
Okay.
I call it, before I became an adult, and the other half in Whitman.
Okay.
But I ended up moving back to Brockton and then staying there. So I lived more in Brockton.
What part of Brockton did you live on?
I grew up on the north side of Brockton.
Okay, Oak Street around there.
I lived on
the Village,
Wyman Street.
Oh,
and
okay,
Haverhill Street.
Haverhill
so,
Street,
yeah,
right.
Not good areas.
Yeah,
but,
well, it's a livable area. I mean,
Yeah.
I know. So
Yep.
1 Laturna Street neighborhood.
Yep, and
Okay.
then I ended up moving on the east side of Brockton.
Okay.
So I got a lot of family there. Almost all my family's in Brockton or in Taunton.
Are they, Taunton too? Okay.
Yeah, I got a lot of people everywhere.
And now you live in Rockland, right?
I live in Rockland right now currently, yeah. It's a really nice place. I'm moving on up.
Good, like the Jeffersons.
Like, exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, so tell me about, what about in terms of how it got to where you're at now, though? I mean, what did you do as a kid in Brockton or Whitman or wherever else that got you to where you're at? Like, did you play music? Were you
Well, I was always
athletic or
musically, music is like a big part of my life. So
Okay.
we did a lot of, just listening to music and always changing the words and just
okay.
making up new words for the songs that we listened to. But I actually really didn't get involved too much with music seriously until a couple years ago.
Okay.
So
Why? What changed you? What event in your life made it happen?
I'd have to say it would be my cousin. My cousin T. She got married.
Okay.
To an awesome guy, James. His now family. He brought us to a recording session.
Okay.
He also
Where?
does music. It was in Brighton.
Okay.
Yep. So we went to a studio session, and the first time I saw them on a microphone and just recording and actually taking like all the stuff that he's done and put it on a track, I was like, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Cool.
And I didn't until I physically went there and saw it. I just messed around with it.
You just liked it, and this is just a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, about three or 4 years ago. So.
Okay, 3 or 4 years. So.
Yeah, so I've been on that grind every day since,
Okay, that's a cool grind, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you don't look too old. You only look about in your early 20s.
I appreciate that. I'm actually turning 35 this week.
No way.
So, yeah, my birthday is
Good
on
for you.
Thursday. So.
Well, you're drinking from the fountain of youth. So
Yeah.
it looks like. So that's great. All right. Well, this is a pretty cool big step for you in life, then. All right. So, since you were at that recording session in Brighton, what have you done to enhance your own career? Did you join it? Did you join a band or anything? Did you start writing your own material?
No, so I write all my own music.
Okay.
I go on and I'll find music and I'll listen to people or producers and stuff will have music, and then we'll go out and like either purchase it right out or
Wow.
lease it and stuff like that, and then I'll write to it. get all the rights. I just put CD out, came out on the 1st of February, my first CD. So.
All right. When you say get the rights, what do you get the rights to? Other people's stuff, or?
Yeah. So what it is somebody makes a beat or music or a track or something like that.
Okay. Someone that you know, or just some friend of yours? Or just...
No, I use this website. It's called BeatStars.
Okay.
I really like that.
So you just reach out to people.
Yeah. So you hear something
willy-nilly.
that you like, and they give you the prices, and it tells you exactly what you can do. Like you can make music videos or airtime or copies, depending on how much money you
I understand.
you pay for it.
Yeah.
So. You get all the leasing rights. Everything's legal.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
okay.
you can profit off of it, make money, and sell it, make music videos, or have it on radio and things like that. So,
Wow, that's pretty good. And if you, all right. So, what have you now? Where have you done this? How many videos have you turned out? Now, you said you had one music video, and I guess I'm gonna watch it about halfway through the show.
Yeah, yeah. So I have one music video that I put together.
Yeah.
It's kind of a political statement, like I was telling you earlier.
Okay.
It's about the talk that we have to have. My nationality is I'm Native American and African American. So,
okay. Wow.
So we have that talk with our kids, especially about like what goes on and things like that. About being cautious and being safe, and people will treat you differently because I have a son. So
wow.
I know
Okay. I guess you're old enough if you're in your 30s. Yep.
Yeah, I have a son now. I actually got a couple of songs on my CD that talk about.
How old is your son?
He's 10 now.
He's 10, so he's getting out. He'll be a teenager soon.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's doing good now. He's playing basketball and everything. So
okay.
He likes that. But I have this song called "The Talk." I did it with my cousin James.
Okay.
And it just talks about that talk that every African American has to have with their kids.
Okay.
About being safe and not stepping out of place and understanding like the racial discrimination. So it's a very political piece, but so I do have that one video out. I do have another video on the way. I'm just having a casting call right now, trying to get some people and get it shot. Like.
Oh, cool. Okay, so you obviously you have your organizational skills that are working for you.
Yes.
And you have people with you that are taking care of stuff, and that's great. So, how many people do you have on board? And do you have? I mean, I'm just wondering, are you part of like a group of people that do these videos yourself, or do you just do them yourself and just call people up and say, I need this, I need that? Like people to act in the videos or to play certain do certain things to make the sound more rich or whatever needs to be done.
Right,
or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's actually it's a great question. It's a little bit of both, I think, as a local artist, where you always rely on your friends and family first.
Yeah, of course.
And then you can like reach out and find out, this person is now looking to shoot videos or whatever, or they're doing something about directing, and you can reach out to them and just create that network of people while we're down here in the underground or the lower levels trying to
I understand.
locally, yeah.
Okay, well that's cool. That's how everybody starts.
Yeah, so I just like I said, this next video that I'm working on is Alone. It's my favorite song on the track.
Yep.
It means a lot to me, so I want to make sure that it gets done and handled the right way.
Yep. Okay.
So it's taking some time. You gotta show up and put out like the right amount of money for things to get what you want.
I understand. You gotta get it done just right. That makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Well, you've tried people that you felt that are working for you. Are these the people that you've used before?
No. So my first video, I did all by myself.
Oh, you did?
I did. I reached out to a couple people.
You felt that you worked pretty hard to do it, I guess, if you did it all yourself.
I reached out to a couple people. I had a clear mindset of what I wanted to do.
Yep.
And what I wanted the video to show and how I wanted it to be presented.
Right.
And everybody else had their own idea.
Yeah.
About my song, so I was like, I'm just gonna do it myself. And I think it came out awesome. I think it came out great. And is
that the one we're gonna see, or is
yeah, that's the one we're gonna see.
Okay, that's great.
And I think just putting like good quality out each time is very important. So
well,
I try not to rush it. Yeah.
No, that's great because we're halfway through the show and we're going to watch the video right now. So without further ado, folks, check out Big Willie's video and we'll be right back.
Check it out.
You hope to achieve?
Well, we hope to achieve equal rights as any human being deserves. That's what we are working for.
What do you think the prospects are for achieving that goal?
I think we'll be successful if we continue.
How long do you think it would take?
I have no idea.
There's water or something. Please. Please. I can't breathe all the time.
And no, it's not okay. You never demean a race. The anger's just misplaced. I know it's not fair and I don't care. Just get home safe. They killing kids these days. Be cautious when you play. No matter how you're raised, you still can't catch a fade. Don't care on how you're raised. No hashtag, just say their names. Now that's a list of shame. Their skin, it's all the same. Black lives that went in vain. Police don't show restraint. When you don't look the same, you don't get judged the same. No respawn, it's not a game. Hands up, don't run, they say.
In May of 1963, protest against segregation in Alabama brought the issue of racial conflict to a head.
Frustration and discord are burning in every city, north and south.
Portrait painted, still the same. This world is full of hatred. Try to cover bases, truth be told, we're so complacent. Pump the same blood, divided by our races. We are all the same, conversation got us taken. A trip back to the 60s, someone silence it quickly. We at war with ourselves, no need trying to convince me. Let the tears repel, it start with changing ourselves. Till we look in the mirror, blaming everyone else. Divide and conquer, that's the devil's code. In the eyes of God, we born from the same mold. Different backgrounds, but share the same toes. So we travel down that lonely road and never grow.
I know it's not okay. I know it's not okay. I know it's not okay, but I need you to stay safe. Stay safe.
One day, this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Oh, that was great. Tell me about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like the video itself, it just starts off with Rosa Parks.
So
And
starts off with what?
Rosa Parks.
Oh, Rosa
And she's
Parks.
talking
okay.
about
very, very famous.
yeah, she's talking
heroic woman. Yes, obviously.
So she's talking about like the civil rights movement back then and everything and what her goal is to accomplish and things like that. And then it goes on to the George Floyd incident.
Yeah, right.
And then from there it talks about everything that happened in the news until then.
Right.
And then the music starts.
Okay,
and
yes.
then I have a quick talk about, it's a little excerpt just talking to my son pretty much about certain things in life that, you know, just because of the color of our skin, people will look at you different ways, and it's not your fault. It's just it happens, and you know that just you got to be aware of it and stuff like that. Not everybody's bad or evil or anything like that. But it's just the real world.
Yeah.
And then it just goes into that, and then it talks about you know, just being safe and making sure you get home safe and things to look out for. And then my cousin comes in and kind of talks about, he's older.
Yeah.
So
older than you?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he comes in and talks more about like past struggles and things like that.
Okay.
That have gone through, and then it ends with Martin Luther King's talking about having a dream and things like that. So
I'm old enough to remember that speech too.
Oh, really?
I'm 61.
Oh, I would never guess.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was only a little kid when he did the speech, but I remember, I remember seeing him on the news and what happened the night he was gunned down too, in 1968. I do remember why. you know, of watching TV, and it came out at 8:11 on the evening on Thursday, April 4th, 1968. I was in the 3rd grade, and I was actually at home with my babysitter named Ruthie Cohen, and we were watching a TV show called Bewitched that used to be on.
Yeah, I remember Bewitched.
You remember Bewitched?
Yeah,
Well, that's what I was doing when we heard the news about Dr. King.
Yeah.
And it was shocking, obviously, but that's, you know, and the dream is still alive, so that's what we want, and obviously you're helping to keep it alive too. I mean, obviously that's a big plug for you, and you want it, and you want everyone to be aware of it, and that's great.
Right.
Okay. But what about in terms of like artistically motivating your stuff as well? I mean,
yeah. So my CD actually is like a culmination. I don't even know if that's the right word to use, but of a lot of different things that have happened in my life. So
Yep.
I pull from a lot of personal places.
Yeah.
I talk about, I have a song on there called Thanks to My Family.
Okay.
And it literally has my whole family on there. I have a cousin who's been in the rap industry for over 10 years.
Cool.
And her name is Sunny MF. She does amazing work. She
We should get her on the show.
yeah, right now she's in LA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
There
so
you go.
she's performed for like Sway in the Morning. She's been on BET. She's been on like Shade 4-5 network. She's done a lot of TV shows and things like that. But
Cool.
she happened. I reached out to her and I was like, listen, you know, I'm starting this. And she did an amazing job and blessed me with her verse on that track. And then I have my younger cousin who also sings on it with my brother. And then I have another cousin on there too. So I have the whole family on that.
Are they your other cousins? Are they in the area here, or are they out now? She's out in LA. So
So she's the only one that's out in the distance. She moved out there to you know pursue,
find a career,
to pursue,
right?
Yeah.
Was she from Brockton too, or around here?
So well, no, she was born in Brockton,
She
but
was.
she was raised in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Her and her mom and brothers and stuff lived in Atlanta, and then my uncle ended up moving out there to be closer.
Cool.
So
okay.
they're tight, and they come up and things like that too. But you know, she also is like another inspiration. She just went for it, and she does amazing.
That's great.
Amazing work. She she meets people and has a great successful career that I'm a fan of hers as well. Yeah.
Good. I'm sure she's a fan of yours too.
Yeah.
As it should be. Yeah, that family members need to support each other.
Yep.
Definitely for what they're doing. I mean, that's the way our lives are supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we strive for great things, and we, you know, the people that are in our lives are supposed to help us get it, and we're supposed to, you know, help them too. And you know, one hand washes the other, as they say.
Right.
You
Yep.
know, so.
Yeah. So I have that song on there. Thanks to my family. Like I said, that was a personal one. That was my very first song I recorded in the studio.
Okay. Where, in the one in Brighton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been going to Brighton now for 2.
You want to tell me the name of the recording studio in Brighton?
Yeah, it's Ugly Duck Studios.
I love it.
They do awesome work. The guy that does all my engineering and mixing there, his name's Zach. He's
cool.
He's moving now, so he's
moving.
Yeah, he opened his
Are there still going to
studio.
be somebody there to do your work for you?
Yeah, so he's going to be commuting back and
Oh,
forth.
I see what you
and
mean.
stuff,
From where?
So
Is he moving out to LA too? No, he wouldn't be
no,
commuting
he's
back.
moving. I forget exactly where, but he's moving out of state.
Oh, he is.
Yep,
Okay.
he has his own studio that he opened up as well. But we still work out of the Ugly Duck Studio where he started. And
Maybe you could work at the studio. Wouldn't that be cool? Then you could do. I mean, is that possible sometime at some point?
I don't know. I definitely love to help out people.
Oh, sure.
My brother started writing music because we've used him a lot. He sings very well.
Cool.
So we use him a lot when we need people to sing on tracks. I can't sing. So
You can't sing. Well,
I can't sing, but I can definitely write
Okay.
music very well.
Well, that's
put words
the
together.
great thing about being a team player. You have people that have strengths in one area, and you have people that have strengths in other areas, and you put them all together, and you have an awesome project that you've done, and there it is, and then from there you create more awesome projects.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you went to Brockton High School? Did you?
No, I actually I spent my high school years in Whitman. So I went to
Whitman Hanson?
No, I went to South Shore Votech.
Oh, okay.
Vocational school.
I know that. Yeah, right. That's kind of in on the Rockland Hanover.
It's in Hanover.
Hanover,
yeah,
right,
Hanover,
yeah.
right on.
I was driving by there the
123.
other day, as a matter of fact. So.
Yeah, I drive by there every day.
It's a nice.
So-
Yeah, it's a nice area.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have a vocation in mind when you enrolled there?
Yeah, so I ended up going to Votech. I was very interested in like electronics.
Okay.
And so I did that for like my first year, but I ended up switching to graphic design,
Okay.
which I found just a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
So I pursued that, and then out of high school, I didn't do any of that.
I understand.
Yeah.
Did you go to college at all?
No, I'm actually in college right now.
Where?
I'm at Bridgewater State.
Great school.
I'm a
They
freshman.
produced
I
the book
started
I
off
wrote.
young. Yeah, did they?
In the 90s, yep.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to check it
Took
out.
the guy's course in 1989. 10 years later, he promoted my book, Mike Hurley, in Tillinghast, 331. I doubt he's there, but he's over 80 now.
Yeah.
But you're talking over 30 years ago, and the book came out in 1999, coinciding with the end of the millennium, the changing of the millennium and the new century.
Mm-hmm.
And for a while I was selling it and doing pretty well, but I had to put it on the back burner, and then 10 years later I started. That's where I'm at
Started
now.
doing
So
this?
I mean, this is great. We know what our callings are. All right, so that's great. What are you majoring in over there at BS? You?
Right now I'm doing social work.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's something that's near and dear to my heart.
It is. It's a great school for that.
Yeah,
too.
I've had a lot of run-ins with social workers,
Yeah.
and I'm just not. I understand the work that they do is amazing work.
Yeah.
But you really got to have the patience and heart to do it. And
Yeah.
Some of them, unfortunately, don't have it.
You're talking about with young people, right?
Yeah, with
Okay.
young people. So I decided to go and get my license.
Okay.
So that way I could help people the way that.
Well, do you have it yet? Your license?
Nope, not yet. I just started, so it's a 5-year.
But you're working. You have another job. So are you like? Is this like you go at night or something to BSU?
No, so I work part time.
Okay, I see.
So I work part time. I go to school part time.
Yep.
And then I do my music in between everything else.
Okay, so you find time for everything.
I find I'm for everything.
That's
and then
great. And plus your son.
Yes, my son is always number one in my life
Of course.
right now. So.
He's your only child, right?
Yep, he's my
Okay,
only one. Yep.
Oh, good. Okay, no, that's awesome. As it should be. I have no children. I have a 13-and-a-half-year-old nephew, and he's a great kid. But at the end of the day, I'm glad he's my brother's kid.
Yeah.
I couldn't. He's a handful, but he's doing okay. All right. Well, I know how it's interesting because I grew up in Brockton too, but I grew up on the west side, and I'm still on the west side, and I know that some of the neighborhoods were a little humbler in Brockton as they are in some cities, and I always wondered what it was like for the people that lived in them, and obviously, in a way, this is kind of educational for me because I'm learning from you what it was like, and it sounds to me like you did fine. And we got, I know it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You said yourself it was a rough neighborhood.
It was a very rough neighborhood. I
Yeah.
remember we found a lot of we found like a dead body and a shotgun in our trash one time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I've driven through it. I mean, I know I've seen things. I mean,
Yeah.
I know the neighborhood. I actually I did some freelance journalism in 1993 for a minister that lived on Wyman Street, which I'm sure you know.
Yeah, I lived right on Wyman Street.
Right, exactly. So, and I went to his house one morning, and he seemed, his kids seemed nice. I mean, it's just a neighborhood. I mean, at the end of the day, some people, some people can make, whether you make 6 figures a year or 4 figures a year or 3 figures, or if you have to collect food stamps, we're all human beings, and we all have to live one day at a time, and we got to do the best we can. And I've seen people, it's not all about how much money you make. It's about how well endowed you are to, for success, and how hard you work for it, and obviously you have, and that's great. And so is the Pete, and there's. You can't judge you don't judge a book by its cover. You don't judge a person by the neighborhood they live in. You judge them by what their character, and basically, and that's it. I know it's easy to pass judgment, though. I understand, and that's life, unfortunately. But
Right.
Folks like yourself and what are trying to change that, and that's the way to do it.
Yeah, try to move up and
Right.
give back to the
people.
give back to the community.
Exactly.
I tell you, I have a song on there that I call episode 1.
Oh, cool.
And it's a true story.
Yep.
It's very hard to write about my time in Brockton.
Okay.
And
I definitely want to see it when it's done.
Yeah,
though.
not to. It's on there.
Yeah.
And I figure it's going to be a multiple series
Right.
event. So I talk about the first half of this day and how good it was.
Yep.
And everything on there, and I tell you exactly where I lived on Wyman Street, corner of Wyman Street and Turner Street.
Yep.
And the parties that we used to have and stuff like that in the areas we lived in.
Yep.
And then it takes a turn because of something that happened that
Yeah.
I'm saving for episode 2.
Yeah, I
For
understand.
my next one, I got a couple of songs right now that I'm already working on the next CD.
Well, cool.
So-
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you're making the most. You're turning the glass half empty to half full.
Yeah, I'm trying to build.
Right.
Since I've started so late, I've actually started a YouTube channel with my cousin where we just do reaction videos and stuff to try to build up our fan bases.
Wow.
I play my music before, like as an intro for each one, and
Yep.
then we just show our love and appreciation for the music that's out there because, you know, we're a student first. Just like I have another song on there that's called Culture, and it literally talks about how music shaped my life and kept me out of making bad decisions and things like that, and where I would like to see the music to go, where it's at right now, and the things that I agree with and don't agree with, and things like that. So, like I said, everything I write about is about personal experiences. So.
Cool. But quick question, besides Rosa Parks, do you have any other idols? I assume that...
Yeah, I actually got a lot of idols. I look up to a lot of people. I love Bruce Lee.
Okay.
You know,
What about Spike Lee?
Yeah. So yeah, do the right thing, right?
Right.
Yep. You know, I pull my inspirations from the things that have affected me in making decisions. So Bruce Lee, other than just being a really good martial artist and stuff like that, he created his own martial arts. He also talked like he was a philosopher.
Yeah,
Talked about like
he's gone, right?
He passed away.
He passed away. I thought so. I wasn't sure. I mean, I know I'm not. I'm just ignorant about some things, but I wasn't sure. Okay. Yeah. He talks about philosophy.
Yeah, he has great philosophies and things. My favorite one is when he talks about being water.
Being a what?
Being water.
Water?
Be water. Yeah, he says be
water, like drink water?
Yeah, like be water, because water, it becomes whatever environment it's in. If it's in a cup, it becomes the cup. If it's in a bowl, it becomes the bowl.
Okay.
But water is also very strong.
It evaporates, and eventually whatever it evaporates in, it becomes part of.
Yeah.
I guess that's the way one way to look at it.
Yeah, water can be very calming, but it can also be very terrifying and fierce too. If
you drown in it, but we can't live without it either. We gotta have it every day.
Yep.
All right, so I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things that he talks about
Cool.
there. I got a lot of heroes and stuff in my personal life. Like I said, I have my cousin James and Sonny. I do a lot with our church. I go to church.
Oh yeah, where?
It's very
Which
important.
church?
I go to there's a couple of them, but I go to Living Hope, which is part of the Foursquare Church communities. So
where? What town?
The church I go to is in Hanover.
Okay. Because there's nothing. That church is awesome. I mean, I like a nice church. It's most of them are pretty nicely structured, and they're aesthetically pleasing to look at.
Yep.
And some of them, well, there's one in East Bridgewater, which used to be their post office. It's kind of a shabby-looking building, but I happen to have gone to school with the guy that's their pastor. He was in my homeroom for 4 years in high school. So it's probably a nice church. Just again, you can't judge a building, but that's cool. I was curious what church, because it's I'm wondering how loyal people are to their churches.
Yeah.
I guess you got to go to that one, and where's the other one?
Well, no, they're all still the same, but we sometimes our pastor will go to the Foursquare Church in Brockton.
Oh, okay. Whereabouts in Brockton is that?
So that one is.
What side of the city is it on?
I want to say it's on the west side, but it's over near like Easton.
Easton?
Yeah, it's over.
Oh, okay, then it is on the west side.
If you go like past the
it's right near where I live.
hospital and
oh yeah, it's off of Beaumont Street. Sure.
Yeah, so you got to keep going down there.
I'm about a mile. I'm not even a mile away from there where I live. Sure, that's the west side. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, Big Willie? We're under 5 minutes.
All right.
We made it go by. So what I want you to do in the remaining time is look at the camera, give shouts out to people that are gonna see this, because friends, family, condense them, your son, your cousin, the one in L.A., whatever, and then we'll wrap the show up just like we started it with my.
Yeah, I like that. You just.
Oh, we'll do it again.
You got it, man. You got the rhythm down.
We'll do the.
All right, thank you guys. I want to give a shout out to my cousin Sonny MF, St. James, my brother Maurice, my mother, my friends, family, my cousin Essence, my cousin Dominique.
She the one in L.A.?
No, Sonny. My cousin Sonny is the one in L.A.
Sonny's a woman?
Yep.
Oh, okay, got it.
Sonny, S-U-N-I.
Got it.
My cousin Sonny, my uncle Mark, my grandmother, my uncle Sean. I got a lot of uncles.
Cool.
Got a big family, so thank you guys.
Okay, well, I hope you had fun with me.
Yeah, I enjoyed this. This was awesome.
Thank you. And then the last thing I want to do before we wrap it up is, first say thanks for Kenny Robertson for.
Yes, Kenny.
You're the man, Kenny. but I'm going to ask you, if you had a good time with me, which you seem to, and I enjoyed having you on. I get about 2%. I get about 98% of my guests through Facebook. Sometimes I get one through word of mouth as I got you. But the other 2% come from people that have, from friends of the people that I've interviewed. So if you know anybody that has an interesting story to tell, you got my digits, have them text me and we'll get them on.
Yeah, I definitely do. I can definitely. I'll reach out to him as soon as I leave.
That's great. I mean, that's what I like to hear, my good man.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so, well, Big Willie, on that note, just quick question before we really wrap it up. What do you have, we're moving into spring, what do you have going on? Anything special, any new projects you didn't mention that you want to just real quickly cover before we finish it?
Yeah, actually, I have I just started a record label.
Cool.
So
what's it called?
It's called Big Head Productions.
Perfect.
Big Head Productions record label. I signed one artist so far, and that's been going very well. He goes by the name of Moski.
Cool.
And I'm looking for more people that are interested in doing music. I let you do your own time thing.
Okay.
Definitely work with local people. Anybody who needs help working with something, I definitely reach out to them. And
glad I asked.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, and the show will help you get more people.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Also, you guys should check out my YouTube. It's Big Willie, big spelled like B-I-G, Willie W exclamation point L-L-Y. It's very important. I'll be the first one to
put it in the
pop up.
graphics for you, man, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you did a great job, and I want to thank you for being on my show tonight.
Thank you.
Now we can wrap it up. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, folks. Thanks for watching Topic Time. People of Wareham. See you again soon. Take care. Have a good one.